Alright guys, so welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cut a modern mullet. Sectioning is pretty simple. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a U section out of the top, following that parietal ridge back to mid-crown, and then we're going to split the head in half from that mid-crown area down to just behind the ear. And we'll twist that up and away, and we'll do that same thing on the left-hand side as well. And I'm just using like twist knots to get it up nice and tight, keeps it out of the way, keeps it nice and clean. And then we're going to work a vertical section straight down, center back. And then I'm going to work from the occipital bone over to behind the ear to just separate that back into two sections. Keep everything clean, out of the way. Just makes it easier for you to work with. So we'll start on this bottom section. And what I'm going to be using is our patented tool. This is the tri-razor. It's a three-sided cutting tool. One side cuts 100% of the hair, the other side cuts 25%, and then the third side cuts 50% of the hair, so you can add a ton of texture. I'm going to use the 100% side, and we're elevating the hair up to that part line where we separated it at the occipital bone. So we just lift it, elevate it straight up. What that'll do is give us the shortest point at the top of the section, and then it creates length down towards the bottom. So we're just bringing that entire section up all together to cut it, which gives us that mullet effect. Now that's going to give us longer hair than we want in the end result, but what I'll do is I'll go in later and cut that either with the scissor or the tri-razor. Now we're going to go in vertical sections now and just connect those 2 points. I'm going straight out from the head. What that's going to do is going to create a nice slight graduation in the crown area, but it creates a layered effect throughout the rest. So as you can see there, we went through and created basically round layers. So we followed the round of the head. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. As we're finishing up the left-hand side, a couple things I want you guys to notice is how I'm combing the hair. I'm combing the hair to go towards the section that we're cutting. The reason I'm doing that is so I can keep following the round of the head. Sometimes when you pull the hair back, it just starts to square off and leave a little bit of heavier weight in your section. So that's just a little tip. If you're moving, if you're traveling, make sure that you're traveling with your comb as well throughout the section. So you can see that little bit of buildup of weight in the crown. I just like the way that looks from a side view angle. You never want to take too much hair out of that crown area, leave a little bit of weight. Now we're going to continue those round sections, cutting vertical, following the round of the head. We're going to do that all the way over to the temple area. And as we finish up that section, we're going to do the same exact thing on the opposite side. Now, as we move into the top portion of the head, we're going to switch to scissors, and I'm going to use the new Nova Elite by FSE. This is our brand new scissor. It's got every angle you could think of to hold it. It's super comfortable, but the best part about this scissor is it is super powerful. I'm going to use the 5.5-inch blade for this part of the cut because I'm doing a little bit more precision cutting, more point cutting. I want to have a shorter blade, just gives me a little more strength in the blade. And we're going to work our way through. We're going to cut a line parallel to the floor, basically. Not really following the round of the head, but I am connecting it to the two pieces right at that parietal ridge area, but just elevating everything up. This is also a traveling guide, so I'm traveling across the top of the head. I'm using a point cutting technique because I want to create a good amount of texture, but not only texture, it just softens the way a haircut falls. When you cut blunt lines, you're going to see a lot more of those blunt lines. So it's just a little more forgiving. So new stylists out there, just a nice point cutting technique to get you through it. So now we're just going to continue all the way to the front of the head. Once you get to the forehead area, you do a little bit of over direction, so you get a little length in the fringe area. So I go in with the tri-razor just to add a little bit of texture, but remove a little bit of length from that fringe. You can see this is the tri-razor. That's the 25% side. You got the 50% side. We're going to go in with the 25% and just add a little texture. So just kind of running it through the top of the head pops a ton of texture and movement within the haircut. And these are the two different sizes Nova Elite. Comes in 5.5, 6, 6.5, and 7-inch. This is the 7-inch. I love it for scissor over comb because it reaches basically across the entire comb. Ton of power, like I said before, and I'll just work. Anytime I'm doing scissor over comb, this is the scissor I'm going to, and I'll work my way up that side section. Now, I didn't want to go too tight with this. I wanted a little bit more of a natural feel, get away from that kind of skin fade look. So this is a complete scissor and razor only haircut. Then I just go through that mullet section in the very back, slide that long blade through it, take away some length, but also add some gaps in movement into the back of the head. Now we'll blow dry it before we add the product. I want to do that because that'll bring out the most texture. If you put it in wet hair, you're not going to get as much texture depending on the texture of the hair. So you can see how that texture pops out. The mullet feel, the short sides, the texture on top. I really like this cut. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And for more education, make sure you go check out freesaloneducation.com. Thanks for watching, guys.